go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. And also, to comment on that too, Sony canceled the factions as far as Last of Us 2 and 2 Remastered. They canceled factions. And that's, a lot of people was asking where was the deal, where was the factions multiplayer, where was the other games they canceled, including Twisted Metal 2 and other games as well. And also where was The Last of Us 3 No Return. Everybody's asking questions about Sony right now, and my cousin is not answering these questions right now. He's avoiding me and John when it comes to this because we already know I got the valuable sources to roast him on this too in the process. But that's too short, anyways. Where's Twisted Metal 2? Where's The Last of Us 2 and 2 Remastered, the factions multiplayer? Where's the Spider-Man 2 multiplayer? They canceled that too as well, guys. Sony's in a pickle right now. Guys, like I said. Because Bungie CEO, instead of hiring new employees, he bought cars instead. And now he's taking some heat for it, and he might be fired from Bungie. So this could be the end of Bungie as we know it. Because our CEO was selfish and he put luxury over employees pretty much. The work industry is changing, guys. To the point a lot of work buildings might shut down in the process. But a lot of people are going to be working from home from here on out. Could be the end of the working era the way this is going, The gaming industry is changing because now that Jim Ryan's been gone for almost 5 months now. It's not looking good for Sony right now. Hayden Hurst and also the agency that Rookies hired. Those two CEOs, Hayden Hurst and the agency CEO, they're idiots and simpletons right now because they're porting most of the games to PC. And they don't know what they're doing right now. For us first parties, and they got no first parties coming until May of 2025. And they don't have those first parties by May of 2025. Sony's in trouble. Because Sony's main first parties got taken away, including Call of Duty, Transformers, all the Spiral games, all the Crash Bandicoot games, both prototype, part 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 once they made that too as well. They took, obviously, they took every first party away, maybe the first persons, including prototype 1 and 2. Also, they took away the Transformers, Crash Bandicoots, the Spiral games. They took all those away. And I told because again too, we need to talk about these consoles whether you like it or not, because Sony has no first parties coming. You should be demanding better from Sony right now, but you can't demand if you don't buy the games, man. You don't buy the games, man. You went through me, John, Alisa, and somebody else to get these games. You know, you haven't bought them yet. The only thing you bought other than that is the console and the DualSense, or DualSense says. We're going to get back to the short, but anyways. Bungie could be cooked. Could be the end of Destiny 2, as we know, or Destiny 3 as we know it, because our agency are really fucked up. Buying cars instead of hiring employees. And then Sony don't have no first parties. Until May of 2025, they had nobody to buy no other studios as well. Anyway, get back to the short, anyways. Sony should be called out right now. My cousin should be calling out Sony right now because Jim Ryan is gone. I'm the one person that got him to retire pretty much, because otherwise he was fired. Because what he was doing with the ABK, he didn't want to agree to a 15-year deal with ABK with Microsoft and Nintendo, obviously. So he forced Sony. How can I say it? Jim Ryan forced Microsoft's leaks as far as the consoles concerned, including the generation of consoles that's coming out in November, and the ones that's coming out next year as well. He made people leak this because obviously he didn't want to sign it. And this is true as far as the court case. He wanted, if he was going to sign that 15-year deal with Call of Duty to keep it on Sony, they said Microsoft had to leak their current console for November, and next year to the last generation of console, which they already did. You thank Sony for this, for ruining this too in the process, because Sony wasn't supposed to did that. Now Sony, even with Black Ops 6 coming out October 25th, and Sonic and Shadow Generations coming out October 25th, and Black Ops 6 coming out October 25th. That's their last first party pretty much. And then the new Call of Duty is going to be on Microsoft as of 2024, 2025, and 2025, 2026, and beyond. So when here cuts against it, they got no games. Microsoft got no games because you keep bashing me and John when it comes to this, because obviously they don't got the first parties. Microsoft does now, and they got every studio, including every Indian retro studio that can obviously play on Microsoft, and Sony as well, because PS4 is a retro station because they have most of the retros I obviously played. UFO Interactive Games, Rocket Games, SL. But if I get Sony back in the summer, Sony needs to be called out right now. Seriously, seriously. I get Microsoft Series S all digital during Black Friday thanks to my aunt though first. I get Sony back off Porchmark soon enough, guys, in the summer when Henny's time is up in Capcom as well. But once I get Microsoft Series S all digital from my aunt during Black Friday, and then PS4 off Porchmark, and this summer, that's a wrap for Sony regardless, because Sony got no first parties until May of 2020. I'll say PS4 and PS5's retro stations pretty much. Indie station also somewhat of a first party station as far as Borderlands and other first person is concerned. But yeah, you get the idea, Get back to the short, but anyways. Both Hayden Hurst and the agency over there working together currently don't know what they're doing. They're porting the games to PC. And they don't got the main first part, and they called it, got taken away. They walked into a mess that Jim Ryan obviously left, and he made Microsoft leak the new consoles that are coming out in November, and the ones that's coming out next year as well, the last generation of consoles. Sony got the PS5 Pro coming in November, because Microsoft made them leak that too, in the case too, since they did that shit, pretty much. Since Microsoft got their leaked by Sony, because Sony forced their hand to ABK to leak their console, or they was going to be held to pay pretty much before Microsoft signed that 15-year deal with ABK to put it on Nintendo and Microsoft and keep it on Sony somewhat. But yeah, you get the idea. Get back to the short. Hiroki Tanaka, he hired Hayden Hurst and the agency of the work together. That was probably the biggest mistake by Sony I've ever seen. Because they don't got the main first. They walked into an absolute mess. It's kind of like being a general manager in the NFL, in the NBA, and the WNBA, especially when it comes to the expansion teams, and walk into a team that has all the draft capital, but then they got to find their coach. It's kind of like that right now these days, you know. But with Hayden Hurst and the agency, it's kind of like what the GMs are doing in the NFL these days, just letting players go for no reason and letting people go for no reason, you know. It's not looking good for Sony, guys. I'm telling you that now. Sony needs to be called out. If I get PS4 back in the summer, and then Microsoft Series, that's all the... My bad, guys. The app just lagged out. Anyways, get back to what I was saying, obviously. Like I said, Sony needs to be called out. If I get Sony back on one condition in the summer, once Henny time's up in Capcom, Sony needs to be called out right now. Like I said. If I get Microsoft back, maybe not Microsoft back, but get Microsoft, that's be my first one I get in November, thanks to my aunt, because she's getting the console for me off of eBay during Black Friday, and then December, that's when I get PS4 off of Postmark later on in December, right before the year is out. If I get Sony back, Sony needs to be called out right now. Because all the guys, second parties, third parties, and retro games. The games I was honestly putting the hours into, getting the platinums on pretty much, and same way I was going to get all the gamer score pretty much on Microsoft as well. Yeah, you get that, they get back to the short, anyways. Hayden Hurst, them hiring Hayden Hurst, and hiring Hayden Hurst and the agency of that worked, that's probably the biggest mistake Sony could have ever made. Probably the biggest mistake Sony could have ever made ever and ever in the history of Sony and the history of Sony. And let's get back to the short. I'll be making my Sony return in December, guys. No worries. And Microsoft debut in November. No worries. Then you think Yep. Damn, Sony. Indeed. Get used to it, guys. We got no first party. We got no first parties. We got second parties and third parties, and all the retro games that you can get the platinums in as well, and all the games going to get on Microsoft as well. And with the long games, I was going to get on Microsoft too, pun intended. Cause I was going to get Borderlands anyway on Microsoft. I was going to get all the Batman games pretty much, all three Batman games pretty much again. I was going to get the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy Doors DLCs again. Then it's the four Mars I had to get on Soul Calibur 6. I have to get obviously get again on Microsoft. I had to get the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy Doors challenges add-ons again on Microsoft as well. I already got them on Sony Capped Out, obviously. Because I had to finish the dual channel on my other account so way I can, and thanks to them all this as well for adding me on my in-game retro account. It was much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you. It's me born with five different gamer tags. The evolution of gamer tags have evolved. I don't know. I said, what made you come up with that gamer tag, guy? I said, well, John helped me come up with that gamer tag. Well, he didn't really come. He inspired me because my uncle had Super Nintendo 64. I didn't have that Nintendo in particular. Pretty much, so I changed to that current gamer tag as a tribute to John, and that'll be my in-game retro account as well. But I did bring all three of my YouTube accounts on my PSN so I can watch YouTube consistently because I don't have no YouTube accounts on those accounts. My other retro accounts and console ones account, other than my console ones one, but yeah, and my other two YouTube accounts. But yeah, get that idea. Get back to the short. Get used to it, guys. We got no first parties until May of 2025, guys. Yeah. Sony is an absolute disaster, guys. They got nothing coming other than WWE 2K25, NBA 2K25, Borderlands 4, Borderlands 5, Borderlands 6, Resident Evil 9, 10, and 11. Then they're going to remake those. And Resident Evil 7, 6, 7 Biohazard 6, the one that got criticized 5, 0 remake, 1 remake, Chronica X Chronicles remake, Chronica X remake, then Resident Evil 8 Village remake. Then they remade all the Resident Evil. Then they're making all the God of War trilogy remake. That came out back in 2010, 14 years ago. Then maybe 14 years in the making. God of War Egypt. That's a new one. That's the new God of War that's coming out next year, I think. WWE 2K25. Eddie Guerrero's gonna be on that one more than I already found out through leaks. Obviously, my source Eddie Guerrero's gonna be on this one because of the anniversary of his death, and then Bret might be on the Hall of Fame edition. In the Divas edition, I don't know who's going to be on that one, but I think I already know who's going to be on the Divas one, but anyways. And then NBA 2K20 came with a WNBA edition for Sony and Microsoft. So they got the Standard Edition, the All-Star Edition, the WNBA edition for the men's and the women's, the Hall of Fame edition, and the All-Star Edition. So they got 4 different editions now. The only one they have yet to come up with is the NBA Fathead Edition. But anyways, get used to it, guys. We got no first parties until May of 2020. All we got is second and third parties. Pretty much. But yeah. Hayden Hurst and the agency that are working on it probably was the biggest mistake he could have ever made by hiring them two idiots and simpletons. They walk. It's like a GM in the NFL, and anybody that's walking into a new team into the NFL and the WNBA, which obviously, it's not looking good right now. Sony's in a full tear down right now. There's like a sports scene pretty much, but yeah. Second parties, third parties, and retro games. It's not looking good for Sony because Hayden Hurst and the agency that Rocky Tanaki hired, they want into a mess that honestly they ain't gonna be able to fix. That Sony is an absolute mess and disaster. You see my words right there. It's not looking good for Sony right now. It's a disaster for Sony right now. Sony has no first. You don't see the other word that I put right there, but you'll see it in the short, obviously. Sony has no first parties. Their lack of creativity, not just innovators, as a lot of people say. A lot of people, normal people will say innovators. The lack of creativity and innovators is costing Sony tons and tons of money right now as far as games. games is concerned, and they inflated the PlayStation Plus 100 to the point a lot of people can't afford PlayStation Plus no more unless you get the 3 months or the 1 month, pretty much. But yeah, because they inflated PlayStation Plus as well for the price hikes. Damn, Sony. And then they hiked up the PlayStation Plus, which kind of also Microsoft hiked up theirs up too, but they put in the Game Pass also it's going to be $24 as of September 12th. And then Game Pass Standard, that's going to be $60 depending on what they say, but online multiplayer is included. Also, the Game Pass score that's going to go up to 27 for the 3 months, and then there's 6 months it's going to be 39. It's $39.99 currently, but it's going to go up to $48.99 pretty much. And then there's Game Pass score went from 59 to 75, and then Game Pass that's going to be $59.99 for the whole year pretty much. And then the Game Pass core that went from up to 59 to 76 as of September 12th. Once September 12th comes, and then that price hike is official now. Pretty much. Here we go. I'm not short. Here we go. Like I said, guys, they with them not having no first parties. Sony really fucked up this year, guys. As far as them making a mess to clean up the mess that Jim Ryan honestly trying. It's like like I said, it's like a GM firing a GM, not firing, but retiring a GM because he's been successful so long, good and bad. It's been more bad with Jim Ryan with that, obviously. And then walk into a situation where you're not gonna get yourself out of it. Pretty much, this is what Hayden Hurst and the agency are dealing with right now. The idiots and simpletons. They can't clean up what Sony messed up right now. They're in serious trouble, and Sony might be out of the console industry pretty much. And I told my cousin this too. We need to talk about this now. Because the work industry is changing, the game industry is changing. It's not 2014 no more, bro. This damn show ain't 2012 and 2010 no more, bro. This is 2024 now. This is the year of the dragon now. You know, Chinese zodiac. But anyways, get back to the short. Sony and Bungie's in a serious pickle indeed, man, because what the Bungie CEO did was not fair. Buying cars over, and then not hiring employees. Bungie CEO is an idiot and a moron. And Bungie's getting called up right now because it might not be no Destiny 3, which was probably called Trinity Payback. It might not be no Destiny 4, which would defy New World Order or Revengers, if you know about the Metal Gear Revengers. But anyways, it might not be no Destiny 4 now. Thanks to what the Bungie CEO did for us spending money on cars instead of hiring better employees. I told Cousin Kid we need to talk about these console wars now. Because you're not going to keep boying me and John when it comes to this either. I know too much. I know my facts when it comes to journalism, gaming journalism, and sports journalism, and all other types of journalism, including pod journalism and other journalism that I watch, including data journalism. You cannot tell me shh. You can't tell John shh either. So when because said they got no game, you said, did you see the showcase? I saw the showcase back in June. That showcase was fantastic. Everybody saw that showcase a while ago, but yeah. So when Joe said they got no game, then the console was garbage. So garbage to you because you can't talk because you got 2 Microsoft accounts on John's account. So shut it. Anyways. It's not looking good for Sony, guys. Like I said, they got no first party. They got no first parties. All they got is second parties, third parties, and retro games, and indie games, and RPGs. Like I just said in all my other videos that showed in my daily broadcast. But yeah, back to the short. Sony could lead the console industry sooner than you think because Jim Ryan really effed up the industry as far as Sony is concerned. And Hayden Hurst and the agency that Rocky Tanaka hired as well is not helping this cause. They're only making shit worse. Like I said, Sony is in trouble. We need to talk to Cousin Kim about these calls right now. I mean that. You will not avoid me and John about this either. Because I got all the true, reliable sources for Xbox Input. I follow all those sources, even the data journalism, the prior journalism. I follow data journalism, prior journalism, sports journalism. I follow every type of journalism on all 3 of my YouTube accounts known to man. So you can't tell me for sure, or John either. Anyways. But Hayden Hurst and the agency are idiots and some of them, they don't know what they're doing. Like I said, they walked into a particular situation for Sony right now Some don't know what they're doing right now. Sony's in trouble, guys. And I told them all day. I told them all day in my videos and all my daily recaps. You need to call Sony, man. But giving the smoke to Microsoft to some extent because they lost some people too as well for other studios, and they shut down a couple studios here and there. But Sony should be getting more smoke than Monte. I told Monte as well, you should be calling out Sony for this. Because Jim Ryan really ruined y'all as far as first parties is concerned, including the game you played, Sacred Shells died twice. They put that on the completing platform. But yeah, get back to the show anyways. Hayden Hurst and guys, be right back. Give me a second. Oh boy. Okay, guys, I'm back. Just had to move the cats from our room and my aunt's door. I was because it was me on. I was anyways. Get back to what I was saying. Sony's in trouble, guys. Like I said, they got nothing coming. Anyways. He chose luxury over hiring new budget employees to make Destiny 3 Trinity Payback and Destiny 4 New World Order. So now Bungie is in trouble. This could be the end of Bungie, guys. Even with Destiny 1 coming out back in, 2016, I think. And Destiny 2 being afraid that game was originally a paid game, but they made it free to play after that because it was priced for so long. But anyways, like I said, it could be the end of Bungie. It could be the end of more studios. And it could be the end for the working industry as a whole. Because toxic work environments, a lot of things could get shut down possibly. It's not looking good for Sony, guys. Like I said, you need to talk to the customer about these consoles now in the work industry, now, because it's starting to change. It could be the end of the working era because it's not 2014 when jobs were easily grabbed then. This is 2024 now. A lot of people having a hard time looking for work, including myself. I've been looking too. I applied to some jobs last night, but it's, like I said, it's been hard because AI's been about to come into existence. And then toxic work environments, we don't have a lot of people working from home. But anyways, get back to the short. Anyways. Hayden Hurst, and I'll start to go to 24 minutes. Obviously, I was supposed to stop at 20, but anyways, Hayden Hurst. Like I said, guys, is in serious trouble, and the agency that he's working with is in serious trouble. Anyways, get back to the short. Anyways, damn, Sony. Okay, guys, one more short. Obviously, I made this earlier today. They got nothing coming, guys, other than the games I just told you about that I just mentioned. They took every Activision game, including Sacred Sales Out twice, Prototype 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 once they made those ones. Was probably the biggest mistake Sony could have made ever, hiring these idiots and simpletons. They broke it down, making him so simple, hiring two people that didn't know about being a CEO like me, obviously. But anyways, that's too short. So Hayden Hurst, Sony and Hayden Hurst and the agency don't know what they're doing right now. They don't know what they're doing right now. All they're doing is just trolling like usual. I have another person I know on Capcom that does that too. Sony is a dumpster fire. It's not fair. We need to talk to customer about these consoles. This is not fair right now. In the work industry, because everything is changing now. It's been hard for me to work for work, guys. It's been hard for me to work for work, guys. But anyways. Like I said, it's been hard for me to look for work, guys. It's been hard. They asked me to come into assistance. A lot of bills getting shut down due to toxic work environments. And also, a lot of people losing their jobs due to toxic work environments. They are coming into assistance by people not following directions or following the rules. Well, all three things I just mentioned, like I just said. It's been hard for me to look for work, guys. It's been hard. I've been looking. This is obviously told me to start looking, obviously, on ZipRecruiter and Glassdoor. It's been tough. Yeah, it's about to come into existence. They're shutting down work buildings due to toxic work buildings, obviously. Toxic workforce in the work industry. Obviously, is why we need to talk to Cousin about both of these things. But these things are important right now. Pretty much. Okay, guys, are in the bill right there. Yeah.